Today we'll discuss how we add vectors to understand specifically something that we had discussed a little bit earlier, the Nelly-Newton situation, where we were trying to figure out if a person hangs with her hand on a rope, then we can say that if sigma f is equal to 0, the forces that are acting are the forces of tension along the rope, and that is of course countered by the gravitational pull of this person. So by learning how to add vectors, I hope to come to a good understanding about this particular situation, because that presented a little bit of problem for us. So I am developing the idea from the beginning, which is that vectors being vector quantities require both magnitude and direction for their complete description. That means if you want to predict anything about what, for example, forces do, two forces acting on an object, then we need to state both magnitude and direction in order to be able to clearly say what might happen as a result of these forces acting on an object. So I take the simplest situation that is possible. We look at two forces, one 5 Newton, one 10 Newton, acting on an object. The 5 Newton force is acting from here and the 10 Newton is acting from there. In this case, it's a very simple result. The resultant vector, which is the 15 Newton vector, can simply be added up by adding up the magnitudes of the two constituent vectors. I hope that is clear what I'm saying. In this case, because the reason why this is possible is because both forces are acting in the same direction, so the resultant force will also come out in the same direction. So the direction is not necessary to be specifically stated, but we can say that the sum of these two forces will be 15 newtons, and if you like, you can add the statement towards the right. Okay, so that gives you the entire picture about what the resultant vector is. Now we come to the slightly more complex situation where the two forces of 5 Newton and 10 Newton are acting at an angle to each other. I'm just going to state an angle over here. It can be anything. An angle theta. Have you come across this particular Greek alphabet so far? Theta?
No.
Any angle.
Yeah. So theta is a variable that is used to denote an angle. It's a Greek letter. It is pronounced theta, like that. Okay, and usually some angle. Until now, you must have seen angle A, angle B, angle X, angle Y.
That's unknown, right?
The unknown, yes, it's a variable. So I'll put that also, variable. So there is a certain angle between these two vectors. Now the question is, what will now be the resultant vector? Okay, what will be the resultant vector of a 5 Newton force and a 10 Newton force acting on an object at some angle theta? Now to answer that question, let us step back a little bit and look at some simpler situations involving vectors, from which we can then develop these ideas. So for the basic idea of understanding about vectors, I'm going to go and talk to you a little bit about another kind of vector, which is the displacement vector. So coming to that in a moment. So a simpler vector to talk about would be the displacement vector. And what do I mean by a displacement vector? So let's talk about it. Let us say that you are at a point A. Okay, you are at a point A, and you move from point A to a point B, a distance of, let us say, 40 meters. Okay. Now, can you tell me where you are going to be? If you move 40 meters from point A to point B, where should I put point B now?
Near the 40 meters mark.
Near the 40 meters?
At the 40 meter mark.
We will have to scale it. In the radius.
Yeah. So let me scale it 10 meters. So I'll say that 2 centimeters is equal to 40 meters. So how many centimeters do I require?
2.
2
centimeters.
Sorry. Scale is 2 centimeters is equal to 10 meter.
No.
Yeah, 8 centimeters.
8.
8. Why don't I keep more? 1 centimeter is equal to 10 meters. So no, that will become worse. Okay, 2 centimeters is equal to 10 meters. Yeah. So 8 centimeters. So 8 centimeters is about here. So I can put B over here.
Yeah.
Why can't I put B over here?
Yeah, you have to make a circle around A
Yeah.
that is
Yeah, you can.
all like
No, that
2
is
centimeters.
okay, but that is just giving you all the possible positions where B can be. In other words, it is giving you the locus of B about point A. Did you study locus in class 8 in maths?
No.
No? Okay.
Is
So,
it like radius?
huh?
Is
No.
it like radius?
Not radius, but basically where B will be with relation to point A. See, but this is a problem. So if I tell you, okay, you and I are talking on a phone. You have come to the, we are supposed to meet somewhere, let's say in a mall. I mean, we won't be discussing. In malls, you tell them which shop you're near so that people can meet together. But let us say that this is a new mall and the person who is coming does not know the place, but you know exactly where you are. So you tell the person on the phone, you just need to take 40 steps from that place and you will find me. What critical piece of information is missing for that person to be surely able to find you?
Direction.
Which
His stride
Direction
may
is
be
missing.
very long. So
No,
it's 40
doesn't
steps.
matter. That's an approximate thing. Both of us are
the direction?
The
same.
person should look around first.
Yeah, you can always say look around first, but then let us say that if the person walks 40 minutes in the opposite direction, then he's going to be now 80 meters or 80 strides away from you.
You have to ask him what's in front of you or what's
Yes,
picture.
no, yeah,
Direction.
you have to ask the person where are you at a practical level and then say that, okay, which direction are you facing? Okay, face the fountain and then start walking 40 meters in the direction of the fountain. So the critical point that I'm trying to make over here is when you are talking in terms of an object moving towards something, you have to not only give the magnitude, but you also have to give the direction, which makes this kind of information, what kind of information, what kind of quantity is it?
Vector.
It's a vector.
Yeah.
You get it? So,
Repeat what you said when you're talking about an object moving.
yeah, towards a specific direction, then you have to tell the direction, right? If you are standing on a road and you are telling the directions to your house, right? You have to ask the person, okay, where are you now? Okay, I am standing in front of Maruti Medicals. Okay, you're standing in front of Maruti Medicals, right? I know where that is. Now, my street is just 150 meters from there. But by in what direction? Because if the person walks in the opposite direction, they are going to end up further away from your place. So you have to say, you have to tell them, okay, from Maruti Medicals, start walking towards the bus stand, and in 150 meters on the right hand side, you are going to see a street. And that street is the one in which I live. So you come to the end of that street and then give me another call. But if you don't give the direction and the magnitude, the person is going to have a difficulty deciding where exactly they are supposed to be. Is that clear or it is not clear?
Clear.
Clear.
So, therefore, I say that displacement is a vector quantity. Okay. So, if I want the person to go 40 meters, I have to specify in what direction. And normally, we use the direction of the north, south, east, west. Okay, that's a simple way to tell the direction. So, you say move 40 meters from point A towards east. So then you go 40 meters towards east and then you come to point B. Okay. And then you say move 80 meters towards north to reach point C. So that will be double of this, right? So it will be this much and then a little bit more. Let me just do it a little more accurately. That's 10. So therefore that will have to be 20. Okay, so that will be point C approximately, assuming this angle is 90 degrees. Okay, so now you can say that both these displacements that have taken place from A to B, that's one vector. This whole thing is one vector. Okay, and then the displacement from B to C is also a vector because the length represents the magnitude and the arrow represents the direction. Okay.
So, but I don't understand how A to B is an this thing vector.
To the east.
To the east.
40 meters to the east.
How is it telling the magnitude?
40.
40 meters.
Oh.
The length to travel. Steps or something.
Yeah.
Correct. So are you convinced that these are vector quantities?
Yeah.
Okay. So now comes the interesting part. In total, we can ask from A to C, how far are you and in what direction? Right? You can ask totally in going from A to C, how far are you from A and in what direction? Well, that's very simple. You have to add together the vectors. Now you see the problem over here. If I just add together these two magnitudes, then I will get 40 and 80. That will be 120 meters. Am I correct?
Northeast.
Yeah.
That also you have to add, no sir?
Wait. So if I ask the total displacement, so when I say total displacement A to C, right? I'm not asking how many meters did you walk. I'm saying from A, how far are you at the moment, which is this distance.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
Right? Do you think that is going to be 120 meters?
No, so it's like
It's going to be
you have to use the Pythagoras theorem. So
Yeah.
you get
In this case, you have to use the Pythagoras theorem to be able to tell the length, right? You don't need to use, if you don't like the Pythagoras theorem, you don't need the Pythagoras theorem. What you can do is you can actually make 2 centimeters to 10 meter scale piece. So you make something 8 centimeters long, a stick like that. Okay, so that's 8 centimeters. Oh, if I had a stick, I could actually break it and show it to you. Just a moment. I'll get something. Okay, so this is what happened. You know, two of you planned to meet somewhere, and you gave the directions to your friend, and you said that okay, you found out first of all where your friend is, and then you told them okay, turn towards this direction. Now walk towards east for 40 meters and then you will come to a point B. उस point B में कुछ था, एक कुत्ता बैठा है, something, okay, doesn't matter. So when you come to that point B, walk towards north for another 80 meters and I am standing at C. This is the directions you gave your friend. Okay, so your friend did that. He or she walked 40 meters, then 80 meters, and both of you met over there. Now your friend looks around and she sees this and she says, "Bhai, A से C तो सीधा रास्ता है. Why did you ask me to come 40 meters this way and 80 meters that way? I could have just walked from A to C directly." Does it make sense? Now do you understand?
yeah.
So
But
you,
then
so you tell
what
your
would be the direction?
Yeah, exactly. So you tell your friend, but see, I don't know the way to come directly from A to C. I always come like this. So that is why I could not tell you. Okay. So your friend then tells you, okay, on the way back, you know what? I will show you the way to go from A to C directly. So that next time I come, you don't have to go like this. You can just come straight like this. Because the point is getting from A to C. The B does not really matter.
Okay.
So vector addition is like that. When you go from A to B and from B to C, right? This is a vector because it has a direction and magnitude. This is also a vector because it has magnitude and direction. But the result of it is the same as having one vector in this direction.
So what is the distance from A to C? How do you calculate that?
Exactly.
Pythagoras theorem.
Good question.
Pythagoras theorem.
Yes, you see the relationship now. In this case,
The right angle triangle.
it's a right angle triangle.
The hypotenuse, but the hypotenuse is not given.
You have to find that on
The
it.
line.
Hypotenuse.
That we have to calculate.
That's what you have to calculate.
Oh, A to C is the hypotenuse.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
It's 89 point something.
I'll come. But I'm just trying to say that vectors are like that. Vectors don't really care in what direction and how much you had to travel to get from A to C. Vector simply says, in the end, where are you? You're at C. Where did you start from? You started from A. Okay. So from A to C, when you add these two vectors, then the result that you get is the length of this vector. Okay. And the vectors can also do this. This is one simple case. You can also make it very complicated for your friend, right? You can say go from A to C over like this, A to B like this. From B you go to another point B1. From B1 you go to another point B2, B3 or whatever. Then you come this way, B6. Then you go this way, B7, and then you come to C. Okay?
All of that is 40 meters only, no? All of this.
No, they can all be different lengths. They can all be different lengths, they can all be in different directions. But
You can't call them B.
you can't call them.
You can't call them B, can you? Because A to B.
Said B1, B2, B3.
You can't. I will put it as, yeah, I will put it as suggested by Sid. B1, B2, B3, B4, B5, and then to C. Okay. As far as displacement is concerned, the result is exactly the same. Whether you go from A to B and B to C, or you go straight from A to C, or you take this tortuous, circuitous path and get to C, the result is all exactly the same.
Yeah, you reach C.
You reach C, and C is whatever distance somebody had calculated, right? You have to find this out. You can say that
89.44.
square root of one moment, AB square,
Yes.
BC square, which is 89.44.
4.
44.
No. 4.
44.
4.
4.
Correct?
Yeah.
Approximately
Yeah.
89.44 meters. So this is the point about vectors. Okay, when you add up vectors, sometimes if they are at 90 degrees, then you can use the Pythagoras theorem. But if they are not at 90 degrees, then you may have to use different methods to do the same thing. You can add up these two vectors and make one resultant vector, which will be like this. Then you add that resultant vector to this resultant vector, which will be like that. Then that resultant vector to this one, which will be like this. Then the resultant of that to this one, and so on and so forth. And you keep adding up. Eventually, what you will be left with will be the displacement from here to there. So that is what is about displacement vectors. Is this point clear? If this is,
Yes.
then we can move
Yes.
on to talking about forces. Yes. So to answer that question that was just asked, the word angle was not even mentioned once. Well, I'm coming to you. If you are starting at A, you have another question for your friend to ask at the end of the whole thing. You say, okay, very good, you're very clever, you did your Pythagoras theorem and you told me I just have to walk 89.44 meters instead of 120 meters to reach point C from point A. But in what direction? You haven't told me in what direction am I supposed to walk. I can be walking 89.44 meters in that direction. I have never reached point C. Okay, so
It will be northeast now, I think.
yeah, but northeast is anywhere from here to here. All that is northeast. You have to give a specific angle. So,
If E,
yeah, does anybody have a solution to that?
yeah, if E is equal to 0 and N is equal to 90, then I think it's going to be 60. Because then the ratio, right? This 2 is to 1.
Bisected.
But you know this angle is 90 degrees, but how do you know how much is this one and this one?
Because they have the ratio 2, 80 is 2, and 40 is 1.
Oh, okay.
So what you have to do
Already
is,
know
you have
about
to,
Yeah, 90.
Okay, I will tell you a far simpler solution. The solution that Ishan is talking about is from a branch of mathematics called trigonometry. Since
Yeah, it's a,
you haven't done trigonometry in 8th standard, so I can't talk to you about it. I can tell you a much simpler way to do it, which is on the graph sheet. So that's where these sticks come in. Okay, so on the graph sheet, what you have to do is using the same scale, okay, that we had decided over here. Using the same scale, you draw the lines 8 centimeters for this one, whatever for this one. So it will be like this, and I think this is this. Okay, so you draw 2 lines on your graph sheet like that. This will be whatever it is for 40 meters, and this will be whatever it is for 80 meters. And then you connect these 2 points on the graph sheet. Okay, which will be this resultant vector. Sorry, these are all bent up sticks, so this is not the correct representation, but you get the general idea. You do it on a graph sheet with scale and all that. Now what you can do is, obviously, you can measure out this angle using your protractor, right?
The theta one.
The theta can be measured using your, and not only that, if you measure the length from here to here, you will get the same 89 point. So when you actually do the diagram on your graph sheet, and I suggest you try this out for this particular scenario, you will find that this length, when you multiply it with the scale, will give you the same 89, approximately 89 or 90 meters as the length. You will never get it exactly right, that you have to use the calculator. But interestingly, if you use the protractor, you will get this angle also. So you can say that you have to walk 89.44 meters in this angle from point A to reach point C by the shortest route. Okay, so that will be a solution that will be appropriate for your class. Using trigonometry also it can be solved, but you need something called a trigonometric ratio. Should I talk about it now? Do people just want to hear it
yeah.
for the fun of it?
Yes.
Okay, so let me take out my supplementary board, because I'm talking about something that's got nothing to do with what you need to know. So if you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, bunk it, don't worry about it. You will learn about it in mathematics later. It so happened, Haji. Yes, it's time.
Nothing.
So okay, so I have given the graphical solution. So I beg your pardon, the graphical solution. So we will stop over here. Think about the displacement vector. When we meet the next class, we will talk about how the same concept can be used in terms of forces to find out the resultant of 2 forces that are acting at an angle to one another. I'll meet you in the next class. Those who want to hear about the trigonometric ratio, stay back for a little bit longer. Okay, so all the others can